Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
Turn it up.
What you're about to hear may cause your speakers to explode.
Grant's Rock Warehouse is keeping it real in the feed.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse and to another episode of the Warehaus Vinyl Vault. Tonight we are going back to 1984. We're looking at the Swimming Pool Cues. This is an Atlanta, Georgia new wave jangle-pop band. They put out they actually put out 2 records on A&M. We're looking at the first A&M record. We will look at the other A&M record later. Let's do it. It's the Warehaus Vinyl Vault.
Piling on the power chords and pure pandemonium. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
The night turns green in a trailways bus. I'm running away, I guess that's enough for us. When the heck is this bus gonna start? Something in the back of my head that's about to break my heart. I can hear the howl in the rear of the noise that breaks free. I hear the bells ring. The bells ring. Something I can never leave behind, and it won't stop ever in my mind.
Yeah, I know Bram Tchaikovsky, yeah.
The driver cannot hear them play. They take their toll but will not fade away. An organ strains some dusty clap for church, and it stings and the bells ring. The bells ring. The night turns green in a trailways bus. I'm running away, I guess that's enough for us. When the heck is this crate gonna start? Something in the back of my head that's about to crack my heart. I can hear the howl in the rear of the noise that the brakes bring. I hear the bells ring. The bells ring. Well, they start their toll, they test my soul. The bells ring. An organ strings some dusty clap for church, and the bells ring. A cold and ancient carillon, so loud and clear it rings, and the bells ring. The bells ring. The bells ring.
Oh, yeah! Now, there's no rhyme or reason why I pulled this stuff. I just thought the Swimming Pool Cues. They put out 2 records on A&M. They did not do anything. A&M never put these out on... Well, did the other one come out on CD? This didn't come out on CD. I think there was some kind of weird comp that came out like in the early 2000s maybe that put these out on CD, but you go and try to find one. This is about as obscure as you're going to get. But these guys were all in that Atlanta scene, in that Athens, Georgia scene back in the day. So they're contemporaries This band was founded in 1978. So their contemporaries were the B-52s, Pylon, R.E.M. They were all hanging out in the same scene. Vocalist, keyboardist Annie Richmond Boston joined the band early on. And that's who we heard singing on that. But they also had a gentleman who also sang vocals. But their first single was called Rat Bait. And they did major tours. They toured with the Police. They toured with Devo back in the day. Their indie debut was the Deep Edge that came out on DB Records in 1981. Todd Evans and I have a story. I'll have to tell that story some other time. But we went into the record store that DB Rex formed out of back in Atlanta. Too bad Todd's not here because this is right up Todd's alley. Anyway, this band was signed to A&M. So the record on here is a little bit more polished than the DB Records version. They supported Lou Reed on his New Sensation tour. And the funny thing is about this band is that, yeah, they didn't sell any records. But, Rolling Stone gave them a good review. They've got a lot of, I think Kurt Loder said something about them in Melody Maker or something. Was it in Melody Maker? I don't know, but Kurt Loder, do you remember Kurt Loder from MTV back in the day? They brought Kurt Loder into MTV to give MTV more cred, but he was a serious music reviewer, and he thought the band was pretty decent. Anyway, they released 2 major label records on A&M before moving to Capitol. Boston left in 1987, but rejoined in 1998 when they reformed. All right, we're going to play another song. This is power pop goodness. Jangle pop. Is this power pop or is it jangle pop? I'll let you decide. We're going to play the next track, Pull Back the Spring. Pull back, words matter. Pull Back My Spring. This is a good follow-up to the track that we just played. I would say that this is high-energy power pop. Guitars sound great. The vocals sound great. I don't know. Just, you let me know what you think. I'm just trying to turn you on to stuff. There's no rhyme or reason how this show comes into fruition. I'm just doing it. All right, here we go. say that. Pull back! Don't say that.
Oh,
Show.
Wound unwound, wound unwound, wound unwound, wound unwound.
Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Is this a threat? Steven says, a letter is going out to you on Monday. Keep your eyes open for it. What, a cease and desist letter? Or is my wife divorcing? Is there something that I should, is there something that I need to know, Steven? Do I know who you are? Okay. All right. A letter, okay. Just so it's not going to wreck my Harsh My Mellow. But anyway, the chart performance on this record, based on what I've understood, this album did not even appear on the Billboard 200. It did not even chart. No peak position, no weeks on the chart. It came off the lead single that we opened up with, The Bells Ring, 1984, got college radio play, some MTV adjacent exposure, but never charted the Hot 100, never charted mainstream rock or anything else. And you can pretty much assume that any of the follow-up singles from this record didn't do anything. So, yeah, it just is a blip on the screen. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're familiar with the Warehouse, you know that's what we like here. We like these blips on the screen. And I will say this, in the vinyl transfer from vinyl to the digital realm, this had to be so far one of the quietest album pressings I have come into contact with. Whatever A&M was doing back in 1984, holy mackerel, it was silent. Well, you can listen to it. Does this sound like something from vinyl? I'm throwing it out there. I think it sounds pretty damn good. This never got a CD release other than on that later a comp that had both A&M albums, but try to find it. It was a blip on the screen. The cues are a blip on the screen. Anyway, we'll play another track. I'm just trying to turn you on to stuff. You know how this works. This is kind of like the fluffing event before the listening party. This is the Warehouse fluffing show. So, people into earlier U2 would dig this probably. Well, they were contemporaries of early U2. Yeah, I get that. Bobo says it sounds good. All right, as long as Bobo's happy. I don't know where Schnee is. Probably working. He would dig this. Well, he knows the cues. Todd Evans loves them, you know. But whatever. We do our own thing in the Warehouse. You got fluff girls around here? No, but I'm working on it. All right, kids. We're going to keep going. Next track we're going to play. Let me get the graphic up so I know what I'm doing. This is Purple Rivers. What did I find about that one? You've got Boston's haunting vocal on here. This might be the best. Yeah, it's one of the best tracks on the album. It's kind of dreamy, atmospheric. It's a good track. Let's play it. I do want to know what you think about it. If it sucks, let me know. All right, here we go. The swimming pool cues. Purple Rivers. All right.
Drums are gonna roll, but they're never as loud.
Master.
Shall roar, but it's never as loud as the pounding that's just outside my door.
I'm just playing it. What do you mean, how's life?
There's a cannon inside the seashell roar, but it's never as loud as the pounding that's deep inside my soul. Can you change these purple rivers to gold? Oh, can you change these purple rivers to gold?
Al Gibson.
Like the robes of the Roman Caesars of old.
Oh, I never know if you Web.
Like the robes of the Roman Caesars of old. She's calling for me. She's still calling for me. She's still calling for me. She's still calling for me.
I don't know. I kind of dig it. I've had this album for years, and I just thought I'd dig it out. Back in the old days, when Todd Evans used to come on the channel, we were going to do a swimming pool cues series, but Todd retired and we never did it. So this is kind of my way of going back in time and reliving it, you know? But God, the vinyl on here. Can you believe that this is actually, I've ripped this from vinyl. I'm not slapping myself on the back. I'm just saying, damn. Sounds pretty damn good to me. Concrete Blonde. Okay, now Bobo, I can hear Concrete Blonde. And what is this? This predates Concrete Blonde by, I don't know, a long time. All right. Oh, I can play Game Theory. I've got all that stuff. Should we do a game? I can do Game Theory. Game Theory is fantastic. Okay, here we go. A&M Records was testing new vinyl compositions, as was CBS labels, in an attempt to overcome the recycled vinyl issues of the late 70s and early 80s. Yes, if anybody's been following the Warehaus Vinyl Vault, we did a Hudson Brothers show. We did a Hudson Brothers show from Totally Out of Control that came out in 1974. Although the vinyl was mint, I had to do some work on it. This A&M album, the thing is, either you use recycled vinyl or you use virgin vinyl. The thing is, people always bitch about, everybody remember those RCA albums that were real flimsy? All those David Bowie albums where like the vinyl was really thin and people would get all worked up about it. Those were all on virgin vinyl. Whether it's thin or not has nothing to do with the sound quality. But those were Dynaflex, exactly. Those sound fantastic. They were all on virgin vinyl. When I listen to this, I know this is getting into geeky record territory, but we're already here. We're already there. This pressing, absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. I should have brought it upstairs. because I do all my transfers downstairs. But it had on the inner groove, it had little messages on it. Damn it. I feel bad. I should have brought it up here. I knew better. But Dynaflex, if you see something mint on Dynaflex, don't even bat an eye, because that stuff's all on virgin vinyl. That's virgin vinyl. It's flexible, but it should sound great. And don't listen to the bullshit where people say, oh, God, Dynaflex, oh my God. That's all BS. Bowie, Guess Who, Nielsen, yeah. They were doing some great, RCA at least was doing virgin vinyl. I can't say so much for MCA. MCA was putting out some interesting stuff. But I will say that the Casablanca stuff that was on, see, I'm already on a tangent. Casablanca stuff that was pressed by Warner Brothers, fantastic. God, it's just funny how different companies would kind of shortchange the person who buys the record. It just seems like they're shortchanging people. Whatever, let's keep going. What was this? Purple Rivers. What time is it? 2:20. We're freaking 22 minutes into the show. We're going to play a Silver Slippers off of this record. Listen to the guitars on this track. It's emotional. The guitars shine. I think it's one of the better tracks on the record. Let's just play it. Let us know what you think. If you hate it, I get it. No worries. This is no rock duster. It's very jangly. Yeah, thickness has nothing to do with sound quality. Jangle-pop, more you listen to it, the more it grows on you. I think her voice works with this. Yeah, I agree. She doesn't remind me of Kate Bush, but that's good if it does. Any Kate Bush is good. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Easy Buds. The albums my ex didn't steal have been in storage for 40. Wait a minute. The albums that you own have been in storage for 45 years. And you keep them in storage? And you don't play them? Easy Buds, we need to talk. We need to have a conversation. What is happening here? Ladies and gentlemen, John Patterson, if I could get the freaking graphic up. John Patterson, the swimming pool cues, I'm hearing American 80s pop rock meets an English new wave singer. Sonically, a well-produced sound, though. Thank you, John. John coming in for the win. John gets it. This is what I call this is like the preamble to the Constitution. Before we jump over to the Warehouse listening party, which is very eclectic. And there is a little bit of bonus. I don't know where West Coast Dave is. West Coast Dave, you still here? We do have, I'm just going to throw this up. We will hear a track off of this record. So hopefully West Coast Dave is still here. Oh, I was just seeing stuff that I was going to put on here that I forgot to put on. I was going to put some Cat Stevens Tonight Show, and I forgot. I'm terrible. West Coast Dave, I hope you're ready because I've got you up. I've got you within the first hour. So West Coast Dave has a band. If anybody doesn't know, INQ. Here's what the CD looks like. Dave was so kind to send me a copy of this. And I'm not sure the availability of this. Maybe Dave can talk about it because we're going to play it on the listening party here shortly, and we're going to play a song on it. I was pretty impressed to be quite honest. I didn't know what to expect. This was self-released by the band. You can see the track listing, but Dave was so kind to send me a copy of their CD. I really am I give Dave shit just because I love Dave, but I don't know. Maybe we can turn you on to this, and maybe Dave you've got copies in your basement. You may want to check this record out. I think you might really dig it. It's very well done. It's very well produced. The songwriting is good. The vocals sound great. Dave's guitar sounds great. We'll get there. Anyway, what time is it? All right, we're good. Let's play another track from here. I do appreciate everybody coming in and giving this channel and this album some support. We're just running by we're just doing what we do here in the warehouse. Anyway, yeah, Dave's got more copies. Maybe we can turn you on to it. If Dave, let's see how it does. If people want copies, I can share. I don't know if Dave can give me a link to somewhere, or let's just see. Let's play it during the listening party and see what people want. I'm sure Dave can take care of you if he has copies available. We'll just leave it at that. Take something special to impress me. Mid is not good enough. Oh, okay, Michael, calm down. This might not be your cup of tea, but there's a lot of other people that might like it. True pop, but there's room for mid. So you think this is just mid-level? I'm not sure what you mean. Let's play another track. This is a great track. We're going to listen to She's Bringing Down the Poison. This sounds provocative. Check this out.
She's screaming like the phone off the hook too long. And there's a bottle on the
It's
shelf.
mid-level.
She knows
I've
it's
never
wrong.
heard of that term before.
You think you're immune, but you'll find out real soon. She's bringing down the poison. She's bringing down the poison, boy. Don't play around with poison. Don't play around with poison, boy.
I would say
Checking it
yes.
out, but nothing seems to check. She gave no warning of this strange effect. It's not a passing phase that coats his eyes with glaze. It's a kind of sweet, goes down real neat. It doesn't take a lot to really hit the spot. And like Romeo, baby, I know poison is slow, so slow you won't even know, so slow.
Well, maybe we need to get you on the show to talk about the band. It's up to you. Quarter Flash! Kathy, you nailed it!
It's a kind of sweet, goes down real neat.
Or Scandal. Sounds like Scandal.
To really hit the spot. And like Romeo, baby, I know. Don't play around. She's bringing down. Don't play around. She's bringing it down.
It's up to West Coast Dave.
She's bringing down. Don't play around. She's bringing it down.
Female Morrissey. Yeah, my whole goal here is just to play it. Maybe it hits home. I can't. I like it. It's been sitting in my album collection for 1,000 years. Probably bought this back in the day in the 90s for $1. Have I been listening to it? No. But I'm bringing it out. I'm going through all my vinyl and going through stuff. You know, because I might, let's be honest. We've talked about this before. Everybody's talked about this. You might own a record that you buy in the bins eons ago, and you go, yeah, I'll listen to it. You'll buy it. You'll put it in your record. You'll put it with all the other albums, and you never pull it back out again. Well, that's kind of what the swimming pool cues were for me. I bought this years ago, put it with the rest of the albums, and I thought, well, shit. Why don't we bring it out and do it for a vinyl vault and see how it sounds? Pretty impressed. I wish I could have listened to it years ago. So, but I'm just a monkey. Anyway, West Coast Dave, I'm extending the invitation out to you. Whether we'll play your band's track, we'll get some feedback from everybody. Maybe that you can sell some CDs. And if you want to come on the Warehouse and talk about the band, because I know they just reformed, play some tracks. I don't know if you guys are working on anything, but maybe you and a couple of band members want to come on and shoot the shit. I'd love to have you on. We'll do the Warehouse interview with you guys. Anyway. Never have done that, Grant. Had to listen or start to listen to everything. Well, it depends, because don't forget, when I was buying all this stuff in the 90s, everything was cheap. They were giving it away. And I would just go through the bins and look for anything that had mint vinyl. Now it's a totally different world, because vinyl is flipped over. Now I would say people go out and buy all the CDs you can, buy low. But when I was buying this stuff in the 90s, they were giving it away. You remember back in the old days? I know we're on a tirade already. Remember though, back in the old days, they go, oh, vinyl, God, that is horrible. CDs, oh, goodness gracious, that's the promised land. And people were just dumping their collections. You know, if you look at all the people, look at Mazzy, look at all those guys in the VC. All those guys dumped all their shit back in the old days. They dumped their collections. And now, when they dumped it, I was buying all their shit up. And then now they're all on the vinyl train, thinking it's God's gift. Kids, always go for the mastering. Don't go for what the medium is. Always go do your research. Go on the Steve Hoffman site. Go look for what sounds the best. Don't pay attention to media. Doesn't matter. I don't know. You got me on a damn tirade already. Anyway, Ken, thank you so much for the dono. Oh, hey, I'm doing I'm trying to do God's work here. It just seems like before I end up in wearing a dirt shirt, there's a lot that I need to do before I wear my dirt shirt. And today I felt like swimming pool cues was what we were going to do. Oh, God. Bobo, you never sold any of your records? You didn't succumb to the peer pressure? My aunt used to work at a place who pressed records, and she would get some for free and bring copies to my cousin and I. Too bad I lost a lot moving over the years. Yeah, those are probably worth money now, because they were probably rarities of something. John says, I agree with the mix of Scandal and Quarter Flash with their music. I'm also getting nuances of Nina 99 Luftballons. I get that. Margot Timmons. Oh, man, what was that first Cowboy Junkie? Well, I think it was the second one. Trinity Sessions. That's a fantastic record. I got called to dinner. It was fun. I'll be back if you're on after. What do you mean if I'm on after? I'm be on this damn show for hours. Lee only sold half of his records. Lee, how did you decide what to keep? Oh, look at you, Kyle. I was thinking about starting a vinyl collection before I even knew it was a new fad. Now I'm up to 500 something vinyl. It's always says I have 500 something vinyl. I have 500 vinyl albums. There's no plural of vinyls in my collection. Yeah. Sweet Jane covered by that was fantastic. Margot as a vocalist, how calming is her delivery. The funny thing is with the Cowboy Junkies, they did that one album, Trinity Sessions, and that's what they're known for. And the band has put out a lot of records. All end up in the CD dollar bins. If you go through the dollar bins, plenty of Cowboy Junkie CDs in there. Reverend Grant in the Church of Rock preaching the word of music and memories. I'm doing what I can, Kathy. You know, I'd be doing this anyway. but it's easy to get me on a conversation or a tangent. All right. It's 7:41 Eastern time here in beautiful Delaware, Ohio. Let's wrap this dog up. Hopefully I turned you onto some swimming pool cues. I'm sure it's not for everybody, but we're going to play a lot of stuff in the warehouse that might not be for everybody. But the idea is at least you've heard it. You can go, oh yeah, I've heard that. If someone ever brings it up. So yeah, 1984 swimming pool cues, A&M Records. It came out. There was a 2 CD set that you can never find. It's $80 bazillion. There's vinyl out there. If you like it, go support somebody off of Discogs and buy it. God knows it'll never be back in print, but at least you've heard it. So, all right. John says at the height of CD popularity, 1990s, it was still universally accepted a 180-gram vinyl record played on a balanced turntable with a higher-end stylus. That's not true. For one, 180-gram vinyl has nothing to do with it. A balanced turntable, why wouldn't you balance your turntable? And a higher-end style, no, because depending on the stylus that you have, no, I don't agree. It's going to reproduce what is on there. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But whatever. When you listen to vinyl, you can definitely tell a difference. It's almost like there's like a filter on over it when you're used to listening to CDs and how pure they are. I'm just saying. When you listen to the vinyl, it seems like there's some kind of filter on it. It's weird. I don't know. Uh-oh, my wife's texting me. Here we go. This is my message for my wife who's in Minneapolis. Hey, with the rain coming, can you make sure that you empty out the dehumidifier in the basement and make sure it's running? I can do that. I can probably do that all right. This is the kind of things we deal with over here in the warehouse. Save your local store, buy indie. Yes, if you can. A&M in the 80s with Janet Jackson, cha-ching. I bet those 1980s Janet Jackson albums sounded pretty damn good. She's sweet talking me. Maybe. No, I don't. I don't. She's thinking practical. It's not even raining here yet. All right, kids, I'm going to regroup before we do the listening party. Hopefully everybody can come back at 8 p.m. We are doing the warehouse listening party. It's wide open. There's a lot. We go all over the map tonight. So next week we will be doing 1972. Expect to see Angie Moon back next week when we will be doing the Beau Brummels. I need to talk to Angie to make sure she is coming back. I think she's still in Japan at the moment. Anyway, Bobo, see you. Thanks everybody for giving the swimming pool cues a shot. See you back here shortly.